What's up, guys? It's Charles Yamabe here, and today I have the honor of talking to an up-and-coming artist. I listened to his new album, and it's amazing. His name is Yuki, and Yuki is joining me all the way from New Zealand. Yuki, what's up, man? Of
What's up, man? How are you? I'm good. Thank you for having me.
course, dude. I guess the question I should start with and ask first is, how are you guys holding up over there during the coronavirus?
It's a little bit hectic. We had like a full month lockdown, level four. No Uber Eats, no meeting up, no like just pretty much supermarkets. But now we're in level three. It's a little bit more chill. Um, but from what the government's saying, we've been smashing the numbers. Like we had 0 cases the other day. So
Awesome.
um, hopefully out of it soon, or at least less crazy.
How did you find that was affecting you creatively?
Um, at first it was pretty bad because I mean I'm in my room all the time anyway creating, but now like with the virus, everyone's like, all right, you're inside. You should be creating all the time. Like there's so much free time. Why aren't you creating? That's like what I was sort of thinking. So I was like, I'm like forcing myself to create, and it's just not good. And then I sort of took some time, just chill out, and now I've been like obviously working on getting the album out, and doing a bunch of new stuff. So it's been good.
Of course, man. Um, let's start, well, I guess we're getting some of the easy questions first. How old are you, by chance?
I'm 19, turning 20 this year, which is crazy because I mean, I feel 19, but I feel like I have the heart of like the 17-year-old me still, where I don't know, my maturity fluctuates, if that makes sense.
I mean, I'm much older, and I tell you, it doesn't really go away. That continues for the rest of your life. It's
Amazing. It
not,
sounds good.
yeah. So when you were younger, did you take any music classes, or are you more of a self-taught sort of thing?
In terms of like production, like recording myself, and songwriting, that's all self-taught. But um, I did take guitar and bass all
Okay.
through high school, maybe like 6 or 7 years of that. Um, it's like I started just doing what everyone does, like playing their favorite songs on guitar, and I guess I just got bored of that, and looked up YouTube tutorials, like just like messed around in GarageBand until I could make a song, I guess.
YouTube is great for that. I mean, that's kind of how I learned all my photography, to be honest.
Yeah, it's crazy now. Like you can um you can like choose any profession, and there's an expert freely available to teach you everything. Like it's crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. A few minutes
Yeah,
every day, take it when you want, and you'll learn it.
exactly. Yeah.
So what made you decide to get into the music industry overall, and particularly your style of music?
Um, I don't know. I don't even know if it was a thing I decided. It was just I was releasing songs for fun, and it started to like build a small fan base, and um, I guess you just commit to it because I love it, and especially working with Jade and stuff, you sort of get um, thrown into it all a bit, because you need lawyers and you need to go to meetings, and you need to do all this stuff. So I don't know if it was a choice. I don't dislike it, but it's I still feel completely myself, just doing my own thing. But now I have um, a way that I can make money, or a way that I can affect people.
So in a sense, it's something that sort of chose you.
Yeah, I guess so. And I guess with the internet, it's like everything you upload goes into the industry anyway. Like people are listening, people, like these big communities are like the fan bases now, rather than having to, uh, I guess, promote it or act like it's a product. It's just like people expressing themselves, I guess.
Absolutely, no, I totally get that. Well, I guess so. Speaking of Jaden, you worked on this album, like this last album, wasn't it? Like the sophomore
Yeah,
album.
yeah, yeah. Iris, yeah, that's my guy. We really went in and made like a bunch of songs, but me and Lido like co-produced that, like co-produced the album. Yeah.
How did that come about then? Like, well, I guess how did you get discovered, and how did that come about with Jaden then?
So I went to LA just for like a holiday trip to just like see the sights, I guess, and
Yeah.
through social media, like releasing songs, I made a bunch of friends with, at the time, his mutual friends. And like I would send them beats, and I guess they would send him the beats sometimes. Like I didn't even know. And one day, one of them was like, "Yo, look at this Instagram video. Isn't this your beat?" And he's like performing it live. And I was like, "Oh, like, that's crazy." So I was like, "Okay, there's like a mutual interest." And I remember I was with my friend, and we went to Long Beach for Complex Con. Um, and I met him there, and I was like, "Oh, yo, like I did that song you did on tour," and he's like, "Yo, like crazy, let's work together. I'm about to like start my new album. Let's do it." And then from there, it just went pretty crazy.
So at the point when he was using your beat, had you guys talked yet or no? He was just getting somebody
I
else.
had, yeah, never talked to him. I was like, from a fan's perspective, I guess, not really a fan, just like what is going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just like I didn't even plan to meet him either. I got the ticket to Complex Con the night before and didn't even know he was going to be there. So it was all like everything lined up pretty crazy.
I mean, I feel like that's always a good sign when something along that line happens. It's like if you're already enjoying what you're doing and you feel like you're heading in the right direction, and then something like that lines up, it's like, all right, man, this is a sign. I'm definitely heading in the right direction.
Yeah, it was crazy because I had to, so I reset like my tourist visa, and it was at the point where I was pretty low, and I was like, I don't know if I can do music. Like I was honestly at the point of quitting. Like I wanted to move back. I was feeling very unconfident. And then that week after I met him, and it all went crazy. So yeah, it was like this universe. Like I'm not that spiritual, but that was like, oh my God, everything is just like coming together right now.
I totally get that. I mean, I've had those kind of same experiences with photography as well. It's like where I'm like, I'm stuck. I can't do this anymore. And then something happens. I'm like, all right, something like this. Hey, you want to do an interview? Yeah, it's an interview. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
So being a young artist, this kind of ties into all that, I guess. Being a young artist and producer, what are your thoughts on the current social media music scene, and how do you make yourself stand out in such a saturated market?
It's definitely hard. Like I think I've dropped a few projects just like I guess for fun in the past 2 years. Like my first one when I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And even since then, the social media, how that affects streaming and stuff is so different. Like I think it's harder now to get picked up than it was in 2017, 2018 because there's so much of it. I feel like the world is never rooted for independent creators more now than ever. So it's the best thing to take advantage of. It's just hard to like there's gatekeepers, you know, there's like playlist people, there's if you stand out or not, like you were saying. I guess it's like finding the balance of being yourself and also sort of finding the entryways into the fan bases and the communities and like that type of stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I think also I feel like it'd be like if you're wanting to hustle, if you're putting it, you're all into it and giving it all.
Yeah.
I think it kind of works out that way too. You know.
No, definitely. That the work that you put in when no one's watching really pays off. Like, you have these like TikTok artists blowing up, or like, and that's cool. Like, all respect. And like, I know there's like artists that want to just make money, so they're making songs that are going to make money, and I think that's really smart. If you're a businessman about music, I really respect that. But if you want to be, in my opinion, put in the class of like the greats, or who a lot of people are really inspired by, those people had to hustle and like had uncertain moments and really like work their asses off to get to where they are, and that really pays off in the long run, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. I think there's a difference between being someone who is in it to make money and an artist, because an artist doesn't always necessarily need or want to make money. They want to make music.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And artists are more prepared to take losses and take risks, I think. Because like, especially with Be Free, like I'm putting this all out there with no huge backing, I guess, just to be like, all right, let's hope it works. If it doesn't, I'm not going to fully give up, but I think I've put in as much effort as I could.
Yeah, well, so tying into that, so this is your first album, your first actual release, right?
Yeah, so I've had at the time, I guess I called them albums, but they, you know, I was young, whatever. But this is like the first time that I'm on every song as a performer. I've put this much effort in. I've like outsourced drummers and gone to the studio and stuff, not just my bedroom. So yeah, quite a big deal for me, I guess.
I guess we should mention, as I can see behind you, the album is called Be Free, so people want to
yeah
Be Free.
Yeah, Be Free is the album. Yeah.
I was actually going to ask about that too. So on the album, you wrote it, produced it, or what all
Yeah,
what all did you put into it? I guess how hands on were you with the album?
I was hands-on on everything. So how I would make a song is like on my laptop, make a beat, and I'll go, okay, I can see myself singing or over this, or I can like ideas come to mind, lay it down, work on it, and then if I want like my friend who's better at guitar than me to play guitar, I'll do that. And I want live drums on this, and we'll go to the studio and record live drums. So I produced, wrote everything. Obviously, people that feature on it or add their own stuff, write their own parts. But yeah, I curated everything. Um, I was very like I was the like I'm all doing it myself, but I'm not the only person helping on it. Like I'm not afraid to like outsource to other people, if that makes sense. So it's like collaborative, but it's my under wheel, I guess.
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah,
the architect and you're building it up, and
yeah. Of course, yeah.
makes sense. Let's see here. What's the next question here? Okay, so now that you're done with the album, how easy or hard was it comparatively to how you thought it was going to be going into it? How was the process?
Way different. I don't think in terms of uh like pressure or anything, but just how it is. Like this album is a coming of age album. It's a growing up album. It's talking about um like I have songs in here about things that happened in April last year or like 2 years ago. So
Yeah.
it's like a time machine back. And I remember making it. I had an idea of what it was going to be like when I released it, who I was going to be surrounded by, and that's quite different now. Um, Not to be negative or anything, but just especially now with like the quarantine stuff and COVID, it's like the whole world is different. Like it's definitely not what I thought it was going to be like when it came time to release this. And I thought I was going to release it last year, but
Oh,
it took
really?
more time. Yeah, yeah. Um, but now's the right time, I think.
I think
Um,
I mean, it could be a great time just for you in general, but also, I mean, people are sitting at home. They need something to take their mind off being at home, and like we've been
yeah,
on
yeah,
lockdown since March, and we're going all
yeah.
the way until June.
Crazy. Yeah, I've heard this like college courses canceled in September because of the virus, which is crazy. Like
Yeah,
to think about. Yeah,
and music frees the soul, so it's definitely I think it's needed more now than ever, to be honest.
I
Um,
agree. I think now's a good time to like if you really want someone to sit down and like properly listen to your record, it's the time.
I'll be honest, I've listened to it probably 18 to 20 times now
Wow.
since getting it. It's amazing. It's amazing. Of
Thank you so much.
course, man, absolutely. So you said on the album too. So I have a quote here somewhere. It says, "The motivation to achieve freedom is what this album encapsulates." What did you mean by
Yes.
that?
So like being free to me, it's so impossible. Like there's so many ups and downs and things you never expect in life, but the motivation to be a better person or relieve yourself of these things that stress you out, whether it's like anxieties, relationship problems, or fighting with your friends, or you think you've made a mistake and you want to rectify it. It's like that. I don't think like I didn't expect myself to come out of this album 100% a better person or like completely free of everything because like everything comes up unexpectedly expectedly. So it's more the mindset like all right, um I want to be a better person and talk about the things that um, sit in the back of my mind all the time.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay, you should hit up your friends more, or um, maybe this mistake you need to apologize for it or talk about it with someone, or if you have like old friendships in the past that are sort of like blurry in the back of your mind, like talk about those. It's like talking about the things that you sort of don't want to talk about, like just getting over that bump, I guess.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So overall, how do you explain your sound or because to me it's like it's melodic. It's a lot of melodies. It's a mix of hip hop. How do you explain it? Where do you see it going? How would you explain it to somebody?
Um, I think well, the album's being released under like alternative, which I've never done because I guess
Really?
now genres are so blended and bending and everything's like I didn't go into the album saying, all right, this is a hip hop album, this is a R&B album, this is a pop album. but I think it's me taking all of my influences I like, and meshing them into just be free, what it is. If I could have the genre to say be free, I would do it, but obviously I can't. Um, but yeah, I guess there's little pieces of stuff like there's guitar layering, like some Vampire Weekend inspired stuff. There is rap, there is singing, there's instrumental sections, there's song like pop song structures, I guess. So just like a melting pot of everything. It's sort of hard for me to pinpoint what it is or how to describe it. Especially when figuring out how to promote this album. It was like, to me, Be Free is just be free. I don't like, there's no grand, huge plot or story. It's just like you feel what you feel. If that makes sense.
It totally makes sense. I guess that's kind of where I was thinking too. Is I couldn't, like I said, I listened to it a lot. I listened to it over and over and over again because, quite honestly, and like I don't say this a lot, and I don't. Whenever I get someone's like, "Hey, here's a new album. Here's this. Would you want to check it out?" I listen to every album I get. I always listen to the music, and usually I'm like, it's there's a good song here and there. Your album is, and I'm not bullshitting you here. It's solid from the beginning to the end. It's
Thank you.
absolutely, it's amazing. I was really impressed, and from listening to it as many times as I did, I noticed there's a reoccurring theme or sound in it, and I wanted to know what if there's a significance behind it, or if it was just something to get in people's heads. And it's a
yes. Oh my god, I'm so happy you brought it up. For me, it's all like world building. On my other music, I sort of tried to do it with little like sound effects that always reoccur. Like on Kendrick's album, To Pimp a Butterfly, he had that poem that started, and it would be in little chunks, and by the end of the album, the whole poem was complete.
yeah.
And for me, I want to have little things that, even though the song stylistically is so different, like you take Drama Queens, like a really upbeat, dramatic guitar song, and then you have like On the Lamb, really synth-based, distorted. Even though you have this sort of crazy, disjointed world sonically, you still have little things that are the core of it.
Yeah.
Whether it be like the voice effects that I use, or the bass sounds, or those whistles, or like the sirens as well that are in it. The whistle for me was just, I made a song and as an ad lib whistled, and I was like, okay, I want to have that on as many songs as I can.
Yeah.
I reckon it just sounds really cool. And like, yeah, you can like listen to it more. Like on the end of Mask Off, it's just exactly the same drums as the intro the whole way at the end. So it's just like solidifying the world that you're in, I guess, to me, because it's only 10 tracks, so you want everything to be married together, but not necessarily sounding the same.
Yeah, because I kept catching that. I'm like, wait, did I hear that? I hear that again. I hear that. There it is.
Yeah.
That's cool,
That's
man.
awesome.
What's your favorite song on the album and why? And then also, what's the first song you're gonna release as like a single?
That's hard. Well, I've already released one single, which is New Kind of War.
Okay.
I don't really plan on doing any more singles. I did really think about it, but I feel like it's such a short album that has a long life that I want it to stand on its own, I guess. Favorite song is hard. I think On the Lamb to me is the weirdest song on there, so that may be it. It sounds the most like my vision, I guess, for the album at the start. I think Darling though is my favorite right now, because it's like, you're not I didn't make Darling for the verses to be like, all right, like let's listen to what he's rapping about. It's more just like it's like the end credits to the album. If Okay Baby is like the climax, Darling is like the end credits, where you're watching it, you're listening to it, but you're like also walking out of the theater, like you're not fully paying attention to it. That's what I'm like thinking about.
I personally, I kept trying to pick a favorite. I honestly couldn't. It was each one hits just a little bit differently, and I liked the elements of each one. I was like, I sat there right before this. I sat there and listened to it again. I'm like, all right, I'll make notes. Which one's my favorite? I don't know. They're all good. They're all good.
Thank you, man. That's awesome. Well, okay, to flip the interview, what are your, like, if you have any favorite moments of, like, what are those moments that you like of certain parts, maybe?
There's parts where it gets like a little slower, and it's almost kind of a spoken word part, right? Which I like that. And there's also parts where it's like almost, it's almost, I guess, nerd-esque, if you will, like where the beat kind of picks up and gets a little funky. It's like, oh shit, there it is again. You know, there's that beat. You know, it's like
Yeah.
every part of it. Every part of it. I've listened to. I played it on my phone, just on standalone on my phone. I was like, all right, let's just play it on my phone by itself. Let me play it through my headphones and see how it is, and then I also put it. I made my wife sit here and listen to it. And I blasted it on my big speakers, like it was just
Amazing.
bass, and I was like, it sounds good and everything. It's just
Thank you. Wow.
it's kind of album from what I saw, from what I was listening to it. It's like it's a good summertime. There's some good summertime tracks. It's the kind of thing you can play with your friends at a party. It can be background music, or it can also be if you know your girlfriend's over and you're trying to just kind of chill it out a little bit. It works that way too. It works on so many different levels. It's
Thank you.
I'm telling you, man, it's really, really good. And I'm not one to give praise to many people. I'm a kind of a cynical person sometimes, but it's good, man.
I respect that. Thank you. Yeah, that was a thing that was really hard for me finishing the album. Is I would be like, damn, this song is too headphones on, close your eyes and listen to it. Like, can it even be played in the car, or can it be played in background music? So that was something I sort of had to, all right, well, let's just see what people think. So you talking about playing it out of your phone or background music or different scenarios really feels good, because that was something I worried about for a long time.
Yeah, I tested it out on every single level that I could. I was like, because I wanted to, because when I first listened to it, I mean, I got it and I was like, oh man, not another album. I don't know, we'll see. And then I was like, oh, this is really good. And I'm like, so then it hit me. I was like, let's see how it sounds on every different piece of equipment that I have, and see how it still plays out. Does it still have that same, or does it still grab me the way it did? And it does. It does.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Wow.
I think I have one last question for you. It's kind of a two-parter. If you could play any venue, what would it be? And if you could work with any artist, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow. Okay. I don't really know what venue. I feel like the typical independent artist venue to play is like the Roxy in LA.
Yeah.
Like a sold out Roxy could be cool. In terms of artists, there's two that come to mind now. There's probably like so many I'm forgetting about, but A$AP Rocky, 1000%. He is. I know he's just like everyone thinks he's like a rapper, but I reckon he's like so good, visionary, really inspiring for this album. And Ezra Koenig, the lead singer of and like frontman of the Vampire Weekend, because he's like making like animated films for Netflix, and he's doing so much stuff that really inspires me.
Yeah.
Like the music stuff and like the production stuff for me will only go so far. Like I love doing it, but there's so much more I want to do, especially in like the film and television world. So yeah, really, those two really inspire me like that.
So you want to score more stuff then?
Yeah. I went through a massive phase of like 80s Japanese soundtrack music, and I really want to tap into that. Like anime theme songs is so like epic to me, and like theme songs in general, like iconic ones like Curb Enthusiasm, Seinfeld, like all these crazy sitcoms that have like songs that sit with people for like their whole lives. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like that type of stuff I'm trying to do. Yeah,
that song when you hear it and you're like, man, that takes me back.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I do have one more question, I guess then. Were there ever any like talks of like getting to go on tour at all with anybody yet, or like any? I mean, I guess right now, obviously not the time, but in general, was there any kind of anything on the books possibly?
Not yet. I haven't really performed as a solo artist before, and like or even wanted to until now. Like now is the time where it's like, all right, be free. It will go so hard live, and I've been like rehearsing it in my garage for like 4 months now. So as soon as the opportunity comes up, like I'm sort of ignorant about it. Like I don't want to perform in, like I sort of want to cut the line, if I'm being completely honest. Like I don't want to perform in like a bar or like something small. Like I want a crowd that can feed me energy, I guess. I guess I'm selfish in that respect, but yeah.
I mean, I get that. I guess I think, because I know quite a few artists, and I've worked with quite a few artists, I guess, over the years. And I get that. There's something about a crowd that can really, you go out there and there's people chanting and you feed off that energy. But also I think there would be something that would be kind of endearing, I guess, with when you have just your hardcore fans that come to, even if it's only like 50 people, and you're like, you know what? these are the ones that are here from the beginning, and they love me, and like, you know, they love the music and they respect it. Because I think also at some point you get so big, people don't necessarily listen to the music and the lyrics as some people do, but some people don't. They just hop on the bandwagon because like, oh, it's a big artist. I want to go, you know, see whoever. And it's like, I guess they're kind of fakes too. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said,
Yeah, I know. I get that. A lot of people go to concerts for like the spectacle of
right.
it rather than like the. Yeah, exactly. Like loving the music. I wanna. If I had like a dream first show for this album, it would be like a mix with that, like, small but packed to where it just goes crazy.
Yeah, I get that. Well, I think that's all I've got. I guess we should give it a plug though. Be Free out May 8th, correct?
Yes, this
When was
Friday.
it released?
Everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. TikTok, apparently, I did that, so that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, this Friday, it's gonna be crazy.
Awesome, dude. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Oh, thank you, man. No, I appreciate. Dude, that you mentioning like the whistles in the song is like my favorite interview question I've ever been asked. Like, that is the best. That's how I know you actually listen to it. So I appreciate
I'm telling you, over and over and over again. It's I can't wait to share it with my friends. Once it comes out, I'm like, look, you gotta check this out. You gotta check this out because my brother is really into music. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are like they're music heads. That's all they do, and so I can't wait to tell them about it, man. I'm of all the music I've been sent, yours has probably been the best and the most I've been excited for to come out. So
wow,
thank you for doing what you do, man. I really do appreciate it.
thank you so much. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Of course, dude. See ya.
All right, peace out.
Yeah, man.